Welcome back to the channel. I'm up at Mum's for a few days and we're going to have a little walk around the garden and see how she's putting it to bed. For those of you new to the channel, my mum is called Googie and she's an 83-year-old gardener of nearly an acre. And it's very impressive how somebody of her age and style keeps herself so energetic. She is the queen of gardeners, and the dog behind me is a very elderly lady called Purdy. Right, on we go. And if you're new to the channel, you're very welcome. Please do subscribe, press the bell icon and we'll tell you when we've got more clips coming up. And if any of the tips and tricks we give you along the way are useful, you can always buy me a coffee, or better still, join my club where 330 other people are having fun, and it's a horticultural community growing every day. Anyway, come on, I'll show you Googie's garden. Oh,
hello
Googie.
Everybody. I hope you're very well. I have to just draw attention to this because the colour's good, and the bees just love it in the spring when they're in flower, and the birds love it now because they pick all the little berries off. They haven't picked them off yet, but they will come in when it's really, really cold. And it seeds itself everywhere. So there are little ones of it all over, and they grow underneath the concrete, and they're murderous to dig out, so we just leave them there.
It's a cotoneaster.
It is a cotoneaster, and I just cut it back a little bit so we can get down the stairs and leave it to come this side. And it's very
very happy.
It's very tough, very happy, and doesn't mind anything that anybody throws at it.
So Googie, you have all these lovely pots. Do you keep everything in pots for the winter because you're cold here?
No, these are where all the tulips are planted to be out in the spring on the front doorstep.
Oh,
so people think it's a very competitive village, and other people's front doorsteps make me green with envy. So this year I'm going to compete with them.
Have you planted your tulips?
Yes, I have. They're all in there.
Mine, I haven't planted mine. Mine are sitting there in boxes outside in my studio waiting. So here they all are with their good labels.
Well, I had to plant them in a bit of a hurry, so I put the plastic bags underneath the pots and then came out and put the labels in. When they go on the doorstep, they don't have labels in. They're only to remind me whether they are tulips or not.
Do you have a clever thing that you do with your labels so you use them again and again?
Yes, I scrub them with a Brillo pad in the sink. And they're in about their 5th or 6th year now. They're still snowy white and gorgeous.
And who have you got in the greenhouse here?
Well, some rather sad
hard
looking
frost.
things, but a lot of the actual shrubs have come in because it's lovely and warm in here. Because last year we lost our tree of
the mimosa.
The mimosa went.
We did have that vicious frost, didn't we?
Yes.
But you brought your pittosporum in.
I have, because I learnt that I lost one.
Look, you've got a hummingbird moth. Look, Mum.
Oh, I have. Oh.
In the greenhouse, you've got a hummingbird moth in a frost.
In a
That's
frost.
very
It's coming
impressive.
because the frostat is on, and that must be 50 years old.
It's a
And
frostat.
those are the empty pots waiting for my birthday and Christmas presents from my husband. And this is my compost which I use, which is full of, it is absolutely heavenly. And there it is.
It's from Dalefoot.
Yes. And
You're the one who got me onto Dalefoot.
There it is. And that's for potting. So that comes into here.
It's very good. So this is for, you've put lots of tender people, your little hot lips, salvias come in.
And we've got hot lips in case. I lost all my hot lips last year.
That's terrible. And now this stuff is brilliant.
I'm going to tell you all about it. I broke both bones in my leg last year, and the ball and socket came out of my foot. And so I'm all pinned together with screws and a plate, and it's horrible. And I'm terrified of slipping again. I slipped on the slippery paths.
And so what
if you
have we
turn
done?
around, Georgie, you can see the beginning of my safety path.
Oh, very sensible. Look, it's very frosty, isn't it?
It's absolutely impossible to slip on here.
It is really good.
You just can't do it. You can't even do it if you try.
And you found this stuff online, Googie?
Yes, I will give you the online. It comes in a revolting green,
Ugh.
but a very charming sort of mauvey.
Yes, we like the heather purple.
And you can get it online. It's easy. You just go to www.cooperstortford Cooper's.co.uk.
Cooper's Stortford.
Of Stortford.
Oh, okay.
I'll get Georgie to check it because I've got the wrong spectacles on.
Yes, Cooper's of Stortford.co.uk. There they are. I'll put it in the blurb after the clip, so if anybody wants to look it up.
And it all clips together very easily. You don't even need a hammer.
I have to say, it's transformed. This was the slipperiest path of all the slippery paths.
It was, and it's also up a slope, so it's good.
So how's oh my goodness, look, because we haven't had any real frost yet, but this is really frosty. Look at your kale.
Yes, but isn't it looking good?
That'll keep you going through the winter. Keep you regular.
It will, it will. There's cottager's kale as well, and there's also those heavenly sprouts.
The purple ones.
Which are the purple ones, which are like an open sprout, and they're very sweet, as opposed to the sour of Brussels sprouts.
And what have you covered up? And you've covered up your cabbages. That's not to protect them from frost.
No, that's next year to go over to keep them from the white cabbage butterflies.
Oh, yes.
Which I'm very fond of. And I have not brought that in, as Georgie said. But
you can have that on your Christmas wreath.
It's going to seed itself everywhere.
It will. That's the Nicandrophis aloides.
Otherwise, it's looking really rather awful.
No, it's not.
My
It's
vegetable
fine.
garden. But it'll look good soon. The hedges are just being cut, not by me. I don't go up ladders anymore.
Very sensible. And look, here's your Christmas wreath. For those of you who've been doing my wreathing workshops, this is Googie's wreath, which hangs here all summer, and then you cover it up and hang it on the front door. Or have you got another one on the front door?
I've got another one that Mike made me, which is very beautiful.
You've got a selection.
Yes, I have a dry one of different colours. We're looking pretty good out here.
Gosh, the
As you
colour,
see,
look at that.
You can have just a single line of these down
This
here.
is Fabrizio thinks that this is dangerous, and he's going to do you a second line.
No, you can't do that because it comes too close to the edge, and the mower will mow it up.
And your compost heap, so you've covered it with your fallen leaves.
No, no, it's now going to have the last cut of the grass.
Oh, okay, and that'll be like a mat on the top.
No, we then cover it with under.
Oh, underlay.
Underlay. Why does everybody say that? It's wonderful.
And look at
then
your
we close
fig
it off.
tree. It's very happy in the compost heap.
I presume next year's fig.
Yes.
We've got nettles that are coming underneath, and so we're dealing with nettle roots in the last bit. But we're top dressing with all of this now and putting a whole can. Oh, you see, there's the underlay.
So you'll move the underlay onto the next bit.
And then we'll start this one.
Oh,
But you see how much it sinks down,
it is amazing, isn't
and that's
it?
why we put a wire edge around that, and it'll be full up to here. Then if it sinks down, it'll come to here.
Oh, I see. So I've been designing my new compost bins for my newly designed flower farm, and I'm going to have 6 bins. So I'm going to have 2 sets.
2 sets.
But they're going to be half the size of these, because this is too. This is overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed by these because they're too big. So I'm going to do them half the
The only
size.
difficulty is stepping into them.
Yes. So I'm going to have it so that I've got
Don't have them higher than your leg. You see,
No.
my leg comes to here, and when I step in, you know.
But I don't. Sorry, can you do that again? Angela, rip and eat your heart out.
When I step in.
This lady is 83 years old, you know, everybody. So I'm going to have it so that this bit at the front is actually just a board, so I can pull it in and out.
Oh,
Yes.
that's too jolly.
I'm going to have a
clever, isn't it?
gate. I'm going to be really very relaxed.
Absolutely. So there we are.
So your greenhouses, this one's empty.
Completely empty.
Everybody's gone. You've eaten them all.
And the pots, which were full of tomato compost, which is stronger, have gone round very precious things.
Oh yes.
And so at this time of the year, we clear it all up. We've made.
Gosh, it's amazing how that is like a jungle. You can't see through it in the summer.
But in the winter, you can.
And so who have you covered in the middle? Who's that
Oh, I'm
wearing
just rather mean. I got some very nice little, rather expensive little daisy plants to go in the pot, and I'm just too mean to rebuy them next year.
Oh, so you've just covered
So I've
them
just
up.
covered them. So hope for the best.
I know. Okay, very good. And then here's your Bayou Blue gate, which is always so attractive, especially in the winter, don't you think? Bright
Yes,
blue.
These are disappointing. This was the Queen's tree which I planted, which has got John Downey. in it,
Yes.
but they're tiny.
It's not been a good year though for crab apples.
Oh, good. That
I
makes
think
me
you
feel
bet. I
better.
bet you get a better year next year.
Well, these ones, we've made 27 pounds of crab apple jelly from them.
Oh, yum!
They are very, very good.
That's very good.
And there's still the last lot coming.
They're from there.
Yes.
Look at the colour of your leaves, Mum. Aren't they fantastic?
Well, no, they've just all dropped.
But
There are a few
well, I
left.
suppose
There are
you've
a
had
few
the
left.
frost
Yes.
because you're so much further on than me that even your leaves are further on because you've had a frost. It freezes and they fall down.
No, we had a frost a month ago.
Oh, Mum, look at this colour. It's amazing. My liquid amber is just beginning to
Oh,
change.
there go the pheasants.
Well,
Look, we can
there's
just
the
see it
dog.
coming. There's the dog.
My liquid amber is only beginning to change colour. It's still quite green.
Oh, right. Oh, right. No, ours are dropped now. But they've dropped more.
This is why, ladies and gentlemen, you plant a garden full of trees because really, look at the.
We've just turned that into a balloon.
Oh, that is great,
Isn't
isn't it?
heaven? And the man who did it came on a ladder and did it so now we can reach it.
Oh, that's very clever.
It's very good.
Yes.
The
Look at that
sun
naughty
is
dog.
gorgeous.
So shall I come up with a rake later and just do a bit more of this for you?
No, actually, the two men are coming back. And they'll finish it. I'm just being very expensive for the day. Now, we can't still go through there because we're letting the grass grow. So
But
we'll
can
go
you
round the
smell?
back.
Is it smelling?
Oh, it has smelled.
Oh, it
I'll
has
see
smelled.
whether it still does. It drives you wild. No, it's gone.
All gone.
The smell's gone, which is very sad.
That's the Persica Japon. No, what is it?
Now, this is the tree that's the latest to turn. And you can see it's turning at the top,
It's very
and
beautiful.
it's heavenly. If I had one tree in a small garden, that's the tree I'd
And the name of this tree is a Perotica persica.
It is.
Or a
it is.
Persica perotica.
Perotia.
Perotia persia.
Persica.
There you are. The tree. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tree to have. I think very good.
Well, because it starts pinky in the summer.
Yeah,
then
it
it
is
goes
lovely.
red.
It is
But it's going
lovely.
to be gorgeous in about 3 days.
Yeah.
3 nights frost, and we'll be there.
And this is where things like your clever bed edging comes into its own because it gives you winter interest, doesn't it?
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And look, there's the potting shed in the distance.
Which has just been clipped to within an inch of its life. We'll come back, Father, potting shed. We're just going to have a look at the sleeping hedgehog.
This is every time I film Mum's garden, we have to have a little walk down.
And we
Ooh,
have some quite dangerous mushrooms.
is that a kind of ink cap?
There's only one that you can eat.
Yes, don't eat them.
We have a purple one, which is apparently deadly.
And this is
They're very happy in there. Oh, what? Bird is clearing all before her.
look. You can see where the hedgehogs.
That's our front door.
They come out and they have a tidy up. Look, they've been having a clear out.
And last night's frost will mean that they're down for good.
So now they're fast asleep in there. They look as though they take the inside of the tumble dryer and make,
We poured
you know,
in,
the fluff.
we poured in very finely ground up straw.
And that is the hedgehog house. All the best gardens need a hedgehog house. It's made from an upside down barrow. Underneath all of those twigs, there's an upside down barrow.
With a front door carved
And the
in it.
front door made out of the stones.
Yes, it's perfect.
Very
Perfect.
good.
They're very happy in there. For about a month in the summer, if it's too hot, they leave it. But it was never too hot this year.
No. Look at that beautifully laid hedge.
That's about to pick up any minute. Here we have all living and breathing animals.
Oh, it's crisp. It's lovely, dry, not a breath of wind, crisp air.
Now, I'm just going to speak briefly about what we do.
Yes.
I haven't done it yet, but you clear a bed, except for the shrubs, and then we put a half barrow underneath of compost underneath each shrub, and then you water through the soil a whole watering can full of seaweed feed.
Oh, very good.
Because we have so much rain here, it leaches all the goodness, and you're replacing the goodness. And just a watering can, it will just not soak in too much because it's so wet, and it'll just live in it and draw all the goodness out of it. And next spring it'll say, oh good, I've been fed.
Oh, that's very good. So you do that sort of now?
Yes.
And it just keeps it going through the winter for when it starts coming back in the spring.
Absolutely. And it also gives a little bit of warmth to the feet,
Yes.
feet of the shrub, and so it won't be killed by the
You
cold.
are very wet, aren't you? I mean,
We are very wet.
in very wet weather,
Which is why
the
our
water runs down this
fritillaries
field.
are second to none.
Is why you're what?
Our fritillaries,
Oh, really?
because
They're a water meadow.
fritillaries love wet roots.
They do.
Yeah,
But-
it's good.
Yes.
Not all the leaves are down yet.
Nearly.
Never mind.
We are in the fells. Those are, for those of you who don't know, this is Cumbria. So the hills around here are called fells. And in the distance, those fells right up there, they're called the Howgill Fells.
And apparently the Lakeland fells have snow on the tops now.
They do. I
And
saw it yesterday.
It'll stay all through the winter.
So are you? Do you do anything to? Oh, look at the
Just so beautiful.
Acer.
So beautiful.
Have an Acer always.
And we didn't have late frosts. We had a very, very vicious winter, but we didn't have late frosts this year. So they've not been tinged with frost, and they've been perfect.
Yes, they've been lovely.
Such a
And will
joy.
you cover up the pond? Do you protect the pond for the winter?
No, not a bit. No,
No.
no. We protect it from the leaves. We'll rake out the leaves, and then perhaps put a net over it. But the problem with the net over it is that the hedgehogs walk on the net and sometimes fall through a hole.
Oh no.
And
Can't
then
have that.
you don't want a drowned hedgehog. But they've got a little beach to come out of.
Yes, if you ever have a pond, you must always have twigs and things so that people can climb in and out of the pond and not get stuck.
Terribly important.
Oh,
It's the last
and did you
person
have
to
all the
use garden.
potatoes?
We've eaten all the potatoes, and this is my job to dig the potato bed, which I've been leaving for a bit, hoping it'll go away, but of course it won't.
Oh, Googie, what a lovely tour of your garden. It's such a beautiful morning.
Well, I think that's probably it. And that shrub is given to me by Georgie, and it's getting too big. So
This one?
we hack it down.
Yes,
every now and
ruthlessly. Is that a cornus mass?
again. Yes, it is.
God, get me.
I know you'll think.
Very good. Well, anyway, thank you very much, Googie, for showing us around your wintry garden,
Not a bit.
wrapping it up for Christmas.
We'll go and have a little look at the one on the left, going
Okay.
up towards the potting shed.
All right,
'cause
let's
that's
go.
fine. Better with your back to the sun.
Lovely variegated euphorbia. And here we are coming up to the potting shed. It's so pretty. And you've just cut back the ivy.
It's looking quite sweet.
It is really... There's a whole clip on the potting shed for anybody who's inspired. If you scroll back on this viewing list, then if you look at Googie, the list of Googie's clips from Googie's garden, then you'll see a whole clip on what's inside the potting shed.
Oh, do you want me to open it? I think you have to have photographs of that because it's so beautiful. That was found in a hedge when we moved here. And it hasn't deteriorated much.
It's amazing. Have you given it a new handle? No.
No, it's as it was.
Very good.
It's heavily photographed.
So this is one of the shrubs that you've already top dressed, Mum.
Yes, it looks a little bit like Hyde Park Corner,
It-
but not for long. And it's had its bucket full of food put on it.
Yes. That's very good. So it'll just sit there all winter.
Yes.
And then, are you cutting your... It's the best year for hollyberries that I've seen.
No, I'll cut my bit for the pudding when I've made the pudding. I've got to make the pudding first.
But are
Which
you
will
not?
be
You're not
on-
afraid that the birds are going to come and strip the tree?
No, they won't do it yet.
When do they do it? This is what
They're
everybody's.
not quite ripe. yet.
They're not quite, are they?
No, they want to be redder.
So, but once that you think that they're red,
December.
and then you
You'll take
stick it
when
in a
you just
potato.
need it the next day. I stick 2 or 3 in the potato and use the one that's in the best order for the pudding.
So you cut a bit.
Cut a
so
bit.
this
Stick
long.
it in a baking potato.
A raw baking potato.
Yes.
In the larder.
No, it needs to be in the light. In the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Yes.
Just have it sitting in a baking potato
Yes.
for about a month.
Yes.
And then it's ready for Christmas.
Yes, I know it's perfect.
Okay.
But if you put them with water, they'll drop their berries and won't look
Oh, well,
won't
that's a
look good
really
on top
top
of the pudding
tip.
at all.
That's really worth everybody watching it. Okay, not in water, everybody. Potato. I've always done water and it's all been okay, but equally,
Well, you're very lucky.
I didn't know. That's very good. It's really a good year for berries.
Oh,
Well, thank you very much for your tour, Googie. The garden's
at
looking
all.
immaculate.
I'm going to go and make the Christmas pudding now.
It's Stir Up Sunday. It's
is.
Remembrance Weekend and also Stir Up Sunday.
Double whammy.
Double
There we
whammy.
are.
Let's go and do it. Look, I caught a leaf. That's incredibly good luck. I will keep it in my wallet to bring good fortune to my wallet.
You go.